All right, so if you were thinking about selling your home, here is something you really need to know. Even though we are still experiencing a seller's market today, you as a seller can't pick just any price for your listing. The unicorn years of 2020, 2021, and 2022 are now a thing of the past. The days of rock bottom low 2% interest rates are a distant memory. And while home prices are higher today than they were just a year ago, home prices are normalizing, meaning home prices are still climbing, but just at a slower or more moderate pace. And this is due to higher mortgage rates, which in turn put a squeeze on buyer demand and buyer affordability. And on top of that, at the same time, the supply of homes for sale is starting to grow. But do not be fooled. It is not growing fast enough to really make a major difference. We are still experiencing near record low home inventory. So what does this all mean for you? This means a lot of things. Interest rates are higher. Inflation continues to keep pressure on the economy. Credit card debt continues to grow. Home prices aren't skyrocketing as fast as they were in 2020, 2021, and 2022. And while we are still experiencing lower home inventory, these days, buyers do have slightly more options. And if your home is not priced right, your home may sit on the market, costing you money. It's always a mistake to leverage yourself against yourself, especially in a seller's market. These factors combined are why the asking price you set for your home is more important today than it has ever been in the most recent years. And some sellers are learning this lesson the hard way, which is why we are seeing more and more price reductions and price improvements. More simply put, the rise in home price reductions equates to the increasing supply of home inventory mixed with home buyer demand moderating due to higher interest rates and overall economic inflation. Okay, let's pause for a second. There is also one more major reason why we are seeing so many price reductions. The honest answer is some sellers are simply overpricing their home from the start. And when you overprice your home from the very beginning, you as a seller run the risk of sitting on the market and potentially costing yourself time and money. And this overpricing can occur for a multitude of reasons, but more often than not, sellers will mistakenly overprice their home simply due to the fact that they haven't adjusted their expectations to today's modern real estate market. It is imperative to remember, 2024 is not 2020, 2021, or 2022. Thanks to higher interest rates and inflation, buyers are being forced to make more restrictive decisions with their mortgage payments than ever before. And if you want to avoid making a pricing mistake that could turn away buyers and delay the sale of your home, it is incredibly important to avoid making these 4 mistakes when listing your home. Number 1, setting a price that's too high. Okay, so we've already touched on this topic pretty extensively, but just as a recap, some sellers have unrealistic expectations about how much their home is worth. And this is because they base their price on their gut or on their bottom line and not on the data. Number 2, not considering what houses are actually selling for. Look, here's the truth. Without a real estate agent's help, some sellers may use the wrong comparable sales or comps in their area and misjudge the market value of their home. Or even worse, a seller may think they know how much their neighbor's home sold for, but forget to take into account the key differences between their home and their neighbor's home. And if I can offer one word of advice, beware of the Zillow estimate. While it can sometimes be helpful, it can also sometimes steer your expectations in the wrong direction, costing you money. Number 3, overestimating home improvements. Sellers who have invested significant amounts of money into their home sometimes may overestimate how much those upgrades actually affect their home's value. While certain improvements can increase a home's overall appeal, not all upgrades are going to get a great return on investment. Installing a man cave doesn't necessarily bring you back the return on investment that you may think it does compared to, say, updating your kitchen or your bathrooms. Number 4, ignoring feedback and market response. This one is incredibly important. Some sellers may be resistant to lowering their asking price based on feedback they are getting in open houses or private showings. But as an agent, this is often a very difficult and unique conversation to navigate, but more often than not, the best way to help both sides is to remind the seller how important it is to be flexible and to respond to the market feedback in order to attract more qualified buyers. In the end, accurate pricing depends on current market conditions. and making sure to develop and utilize a competitive pricing strategy is the best way to get your home sold and get your home sold for the best possible price. The bottom line is this: the right asking price is even more important today than it has been over the last couple of years. Catch you guys next time.